I am here to announce our campaign to be the next governor of California.
Developing news, Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco is running for governor in 2026. He announced his campaign today in Riverside, becoming the first major Republican in the race. The Law and Order conservative says his campaign will focus on uniting Californians around a shared goal of improving the state rather than deepening political divides. Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco, he made the trip up to 60, and here he is live in our studio tonight. Thanks so much for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me on.
All right, we knew that this was coming. You've been hinting at this for a long time. Why are you running for California governor?
Yeah, it's plain and simple. California is broken. We are failing, and we are failing our residents, our Californians. And it's not our Californians' fault. It's not the people's fault. It's government's fault. Government has forgotten about Californians in favor of special interests and lobbyists. And we see it every single day, whether it's homeless, whether it's regulation for builders, whether it's fires. You can't go outside without seeing another failure of government, and no one is addressing it. It's just a repeat year after year after year. And as we come into another political cycle, we're hearing the same promises of fixing the same things that they're causing. And honestly, I just got tired of it. You can only take so much of the same thing. And in my work it's all about honesty. Law enforcement is about you do not lie. And when we are told things that we know are physically not true, it's hard to take, and I just can't do it.
One of the things you talked about, because I was there during your announcement today, was you're tired of seeing family members, friends, whomever move out of state.
Yes.
That's a big tenet of your campaign.
Yes.
How do you keep people from moving out of state? What can you do as governor?
We have to fix the things that are driving them out. They're driving them out because we pay far too much in taxes. We are not getting any benefit from those taxes. Our tax money is being wasted by our government. The regulations here for building, you can't afford a home here. It's impossible to buy a home. It's so sad that you have young couples that are trying to find friends to go in halves on to buy a house. There's something seriously wrong with that system, and it's the government that's caused it. So the price of gas, the price of food, harming our farmers to put them out of business, which eventually drives the cost of food up for Californians, it absolutely makes no sense. So if we fix those issues, then the people will come back.
Well, we know that there's a Democratic supermajority in Sacramento, so how will you do that with that said legislature?
Yeah, so it's called leading. It's been decades and decades and decades since we have had a leader in Sacramento. It's easy to say we elected someone to a leadership position, but that does not make them a leader. You can't go in, number one, you have to care about other people more than yourself. And the thing that I've noticed in 6 years of having to deal with the people in Sacramento is it's all about them. It is not about Californians. It's not about our neighborhoods and our communities and constituents. It's about them. It's about their personal agenda, their ideological agenda, and it has to stop. So a true leader cares more about the people that they're serving than themselves, and they will sacrifice themselves. And I'm not saying that I'm that leader. Other people are telling me that I'm that leader. So leadership is not something, I don't think it's something that you can learn. I think it's something that you could possibly be born with, or it's just natural to you. And so when my entire plan is to go there. You have to work with them, but there are also ground rules, and there's a mission and there's a vision, and you abide by that vision, and that's what leadership is that takes us from one step to the next.
Okay, so we know a couple of things about California. We know it's very blue. We know that the last time we had a Republican governor was about 20 years ago. So to overcome that, you basically say it's not the D or the R in terms of your leadership. I want to ask you, though, because we have some statistics to show our viewers. Kamala Harris, of course, our former vice president, she has not announced her gubernatorial run yet, but if she does, polls show, you see it here, that she has an overwhelming majority and that she would very well become the next governor of California. Do you want her to run? And if so, why?
I actually do, and that poll, I believe it was only a Democrat poll, and it was of Democrat contenders. Who would you vote for? I welcome that, because I remember her as the Attorney General. She completely failed. It's a toss-up of who's worse, her or Attorney General Bonta. So the problems that she caused in San Francisco, what she did as the Attorney General, I welcome that competition, and especially in today's day and age of California, when public safety is at the top of the list of issues, and to have to run against her I would welcome the opportunity to run against her, because it would be a hands-down decision for voters who would they pick to lead California in that direction.
We have about 30 seconds left. Obviously, you're very well known here in Southern California. How do you get the name recognition that you have here statewide?
I think I have it. I think I have because of what's happened in the last 6 years. I think that it obviously not as much here, but we still have it up north, and we found that in the last year as I traveled the state with Prop 36. So I think we've done that very well with that.